Yep. Check, check, check. Check, check.
Check,
Check.
check. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Check, 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 check. Josh Cost, check, check, check. Check, check.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Mm-hmm. Look around the region. Calhoun at 63 this morning. Expect a midday temp of 73. Will be sunny, followed by cloudy skies. Chatsworth starting at 62 and sunny, becoming cloudy later in the day, 72 at midday, and a high of 80. Chickamauga had 60 this morning, mostly sunny skies. Expect a midday temp of 72, 81 in the evening, and mostly cloudy. Kahara, 61 with sunshine and some clouds, 70 at noon, then 78 for the high. Dalton starting at 61 and sunny, 71 at noon and overcast in the afternoon, high of around 80. Fairmount, 61 this morning, generally sunny despite a few clouds, 74 at noon and a high of 79. Fort Oglethorpe at 61 this morning and sunshine, partly cloudy at noon and up to 72, 79 in the evening and mostly cloudy. Lafayette had 59 this morning, partly cloudy skies during the morning hours, up to 71 by midday, and 79 is the expected afternoon high. Ringgold, 62 this morning, sunny in the morning followed by cloudy skies, up to 71 around noon. And now for your 7-day forecast. Wednesday, partly cloudy with stray showers or possible isolated thunderstorms, high of 78. Thursday, mostly sunny with a few passing clouds during the afternoon, a high of 79. Friday, mix of clouds and sunshine early, then becoming cloudy later in the day, winds light and variable with a high of 84. Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high around 85. Sunday, scattered showers and thunderstorms, high of 84. Chance of rain is at 40%. Next Monday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms, high of 83. Chance of rain is at 40%. Tuesday, mixed clouds and sunshine with scattered thunderstorms, a high of 83, and chance of rain is at 50%. And that is your weather forecast. Whatever the weather, North Georgia Television hopes you have a blessed and beautiful day. And now for the local obituaries. Joseph Anthony Martinenza, age 79. Joseph Martinenza of Calhoun passed away on Tuesday, June 4th at Hamilton Medical Center in Dalton. A Mass will be held on Thursday, June 13th at 10 a.m. from the St. Clement's Catholic Church, with Father Fraser Munoz officiating. The family will receive friends on Thursday prior to the Mass from 8 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. at Thomas Funeral Home. Miss Sylvia Hammer Ford, age 86. Sylvia Ford of Dalton passed away peacefully Saturday, June 8th. Services will be Wednesday, June 12th at 1 p.m. at St. Mark's Episcopal Church with Reverend Susan Butler officiating. Burial will be in the Whitfield Memorial Gardens. Family will receive friends immediately following the service in the parish hall from 2 to 3:30 p.m. Arrangements by Love Funeral Home. James Benton Peeler, age 73. James Peeler of Calhoun died Friday, June 7th at Redmond Regional Center. James was a veteran serving his country in the U.S. Army in Vietnam. Services on the life will be held Tuesday, June 11th at 2 p.m. from the chapel of Max Brannon Funeral Home with Reverend Mike Blackstock, Reverend Joe Hall, and Reverend Tim Richard officiating. Harold Bell Fouts, age 88. Harold Fouts of Rossville passed away Friday, June 7th. Graveside service will be held at 12 noon Tuesday, June 11th at the Tennessee Georgia Memorial Park with Reverend Charlie Wall officiating. The family will receive friends prior to leaving for the graveside service on Tuesday. Larry Dwayne Gasparian, age 65. Larry of Ringgold, Georgia passed away Friday, June 7th. He is a veteran of the U.S. Army and National Guard, during which time he served in Desert Storm and Bosnia. Graveside service will be held 10:30 a.m. Tuesday, June 11th at the Chattanooga National Cemetery. Arrangements by Wilson Funeral Home. Kevin James Eames, age 58. Kevin of Flintstone, Georgia, went home to be with the Lord and his Lord and Savior on June 6th, Thursday. A memorial service will be held at 3 p.m. Tuesday, June 11th at St. Elmo Presbyterian Church, Reverend Cal Burrows officiating. There will be a reception following the service in the fellowship hall. Robin Lynn Adams, age 52. Robin Adams of Rossville passed away Sunday, June 2nd. Funeral service celebrating the life of Miss Adams will take place at 2 p.m. Wednesday, June 12th, the funeral home with Home Chapel, with Daniel Sargent officiating. Mr. James Paul Dixon, age 76. James Dixon departed this life Friday, June 7th at the Chatsworth Health Care Center. Service to celebrate the life of Mr. Dixon will be held Tuesday, June 11th at 2 p.m. from the Ponders Melrose Chapel. Raymond Edward Patterson, age 94. Raymond Patterson went home to be with the Lord Saturday, June 8th at his residence. Raymond served his country with the honor of the National Army Air Force during World War II, where he flew 35 missions in Europe, the B-17. Funeral service will be 11 a.m. Wednesday, Funeral Home Chapel with Ray Meadows officiating. Carol Bell Hughes, age 61. Carol Hughes of Ellijay, formerly of Calhoun, died Saturday, June 8th. Service to honor the life of Carol Bell Hughes will be held Wednesday, June 12th at 2 p.m. in Care Eater Community Church. Reverend Dwayne Scheidix officiating. And those are local obituaries. Stay tuned for your local news.
Good morning, Northwest Georgia. Welcome to your local news. We're your news covering Whitfield, Murray, Gordon, Walker, and Catoosa counties. Thanks for joining us. Coming up in the news today, Kroger recalls frozen berries due to possible hepatitis A contamination. Black bear sightings on the rise. Chattanooga teen makes blankets for sick kids. Dalton Red Wolves earn victory. Westside Disc Golf course to open June 15th and upcoming events.
And I'm Aaron Scott. Let's hop right in. The Kroger company said Saturday it is recalling Private Selection Frozen Triple Berry Melody, 48 ounces, Private Selection Frozen Triple Melody at 16 ounces, and Private Selection Frozen Blackberries at 16 ounces, manufactured by Townsend Farms due to a possible hepatitis A contamination. No customer and illness have been reported to date, according to a news release. Kroger was informed by the Food and Drug Administration that a sample of the Private Selection frozen berries was tested by the FDA and found to be contaminated with hepatitis A. Check your freezer for the following UPC codes and sell-by dates of the Kroger products which were sold at the company's stores nationwide. Private Selection Frozen Triple Berry Melody 48 ounces, Best Buy 070720, UPC 0001110792120. Private Selection Frozen Triple Berry Melody at 16 ounces, Best Buy 0619 of 2020. Update 0001111087808. Private Selection Frozen Blackberries at 16 ounces, Best Buy 061920 to 070220. The UPC code for that is 0001111078809. Kroger has removed the politically infected items from store shelves and initiated its customer recall notification system that alerts customers who have made purchased recalled products through register receipt tape messages and/or phone calls. Customers who have purchased the above products should not consume them and should return them to a store for a full refund or replacement. Customers who have questions may contact Kroger's at 1-800-KROGER's Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight established, and Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Well, that's crazy, Aaron. How do you break that one to the spouse?
You don't?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Next up, in recent days, videos have circulated on social media of black bears roaming in our viewing area booth in backyards and along roads, reported News Channel 3's Allison Pryor out of Chattanooga. The appearance of bears and other wildlife is common this time of year. Black bear sightings and nuisance complaints first increase in April and peak during June and July. Bears are out of their dens and foraging for food at this time of the year. As they travel for food and mates, you are more likely to encounter one. They are often lured by the smell of human food. They're looking for easy food. Bears are naturally lazy, so they're waiting for the easiest meal. So that's why often you can see them in a suburban setting or even around a rural house, said David Holt, wildlife officer for the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. To prevent bears around your home, you should get rid of any food sources outdoors. Keep pet food inside, don't throw food scraps out, and keep better tabs on your garbage can. If you have a garage, it is best to just keep your trash in the garage. And if you don't, then there are bear-proof trash containers that can be purchased, Holt recommended. Bears are crafty animals and can work their way into things. Bird feeders and another food source that bears enjoy. A lot of times bears can get more calories just from a bird feeder than they can get from a whole day of foraging, explained Holt. If you see a bear in your yard, they are likely there for an easy meal. Take away the incentive for easy food and the bear will move on. Typical bears will also leave once you start making a lot of noise. Yell at the bear. They are more afraid of you than you are of them, and they will leave. Holt advised the bear becomes problematic when it becomes accustomed to humans. When we should be contacted about a bear is if the bear has become acclimated to humans, that they no longer see us as a threat. That's what they can be dangerous, warned Holt. For additional black bear safety tips, visit the Southeastern Joint Effort website, www.bearwise.org. For any wild animal that you encounter, whether on your property, along the road, or on a hike, leave it alone. This is especially true for all young wildlife. Most all the time, instant wildlife are not abandoned, orphaned, or neglected. They've just been simply placed there so their mother can go out and forage for food, Holt explained. The mom will return to her young as long as people are not around. For bears, deer, and any wildlife, you should not feed them food. It's healthier for the animals to find their own food.
I guess this is a new one. I haven't ever heard of a bear problem in this county.
I haven't either. It's really weird, but I'll tell you one thing. I won't be yelling at the bear. I think I'll just stay inside.
Me, myself. While most kids were having fun during their senior year of high school, 18-year-old Kendall Lowe was making blankets for sick children. Lowe told Lori Mitchell on WRCB-TV3, "I was excited because I really just wanted to make even a small difference in someone's life here at the hospital." The teen has a heart for helping others, which is why she spent 2 summers volunteering at Erlanger Medical Center. I was able to experience the new life that was coming in, and I was able to catch the mothers as they were welcoming maybe their first child or maybe their third, and it was a really warm and loving environment, said Lowe. She was part of Erlinger's longtime volunteer program for high school students. They transport patients by wheelchair. They walk family members to wherever they need to go. They deliver ice and water and blankets to patients. Sometimes they'll sit and read with the patient or they'll deliver flowers to rooms, said Emily Jones, who oversees the volunteers. Teenagers have to go through an application and interview process before they are chosen. It is an opportunity for them to help others and get a closer look at careers in healthcare. For Lowe, the experience sparked inspiration and passion. I decided that I wanted to combine two things that I enjoyed the most, and that was making blankets, and I enjoyed volunteering at the hospital. I decided that I would combine those two and making blankets for the hospital, said Lowe. As part of a class project before graduating from Ottawa High School in May, Lowe spent months making colorful blankets by hand and donated 2 big full bags to the Children's Hospital at Erlanger. Soft blankets are going to sick children. There is a way to keep kids warm and provide comfort. In Kendall's case, she really took the service part to heart, and after she was a volunteer, she remembered the passion here and made the blankets, and the kids are going to love those blankets. Jones told Channel 3 Lowe is headed to college in the fall at the University of North Carolina, where she plans to study nursing and someday return to the hospital to work in the NICU. Being able to help babies and make families happier is my goal, said Lowe. That's awesome. I mean, what else would you want to hear this early in the morning?
I don't know, that's great. I mean, especially these younger kids going out and doing stuff like this. It's great, gives you hope.
Great for
That's
the
a fact.
community, yeah.
Next up in Dalton, Patrick O'Shea of the Daily Citizen News reports that early into its first season as a franchise, the Dalton Red Wolves are experiencing the ups and downs that come with a new club and a roster full of new players. Being able to earn wins while building a culture may be a measure of where this young club stands in the USL League Two. The Red Wolves defeated Discoveries SC of Rock Hill, South Carolina, 1-0 Friday night at Christian Heritage School. The victory improved the Red Wolves' record to 2-1-1. But after the match, Coach Drew Courtney said he saw plenty of room for improvement. Courtney said, "Tonight was really sloppy. I didn't think we played particularly well. At the end of the day, we came out with 3 points, so we'll move on and work on things. But moving forward, it has to be better." Red Wolves striker Fad Adini recorded the match's first shot on goal 6 minutes into the game. And through the first 15 minutes, the Red Wolves continued to test the back line of Discoveries SC. At the 22-minute mark, Red Wolves midfielder Abdel Kuku's through ball found the feet of right winger Schmiglin Kasten, who took a touch and finished past the Discovery's goalkeeper, making the score 1-0. Minutes later, Red Wolves left winger Jonathan Ricketts nearly added another goal when his shot from the left side was deflected wide. Red Wolves defensive midfielder Quentin Olive, a French international, controlled the midfield for the majority of the match and said while he was happy with the win, he knows the team needs to finish more of its scoring opportunities. Olive said, "In the first half, it was fine. We played with probably 70% of the possession. But in the second half, they pressed high and played with quality. We had a lot of chances, and we have to score more goals."
The teams entered the halftime locker rooms with a score of 1-0, and as the second half unfolded, the play on the field became more and more physical. The Red Wolves tallied 12 shots in the match, and several times in the second half made the Discovery's goalkeeper stretch to save would be goals. On the other end of the field, Red Wolves goalkeeper Aaron Ferrer held his ground when he was tested. Ferrer was quick to attack any ball into the box and recorded 2 saves to earn his second clean sheet of the season. "I definitely got in a rhythm," Ferrer said. "It was bumpy at first, but I definitely found a rhythm out there tonight. That team tonight was a lot more physical than the other teams we played, and Coach told us we have to stick together when it gets like that." As the match came to a close, several yellow cards were assessed to the players from both sides of the following physical tackles. For the Red Wolves, who had all 2 weeks to train together before the season began, whether new teammates would stand up for one another was tested a bit Friday night. Dalton center back Guy Campos, another French-born player on the Red Wolves, said he's definitely seeing growth in that area. "Of course you can see the chemistry now. Before everyone was playing for himself, now we're starting to play together. If we won today, I think it's because we played as a group. Although the Red Wolves created more chances than Discoveries SC and seemed to hold the majority of the possession. They were unable to finish beyond the lone first half goal." Courtney said he was pleased with the effort of the substitutes on Friday, along with the growth he sees in terms of players finding their roles. "I thought our substitutes came in there and finished the game out well for us," Courtney said. "We are coming together. It is good to see these boys have each other's backs and have leaders naturally rise to the top. We're starting to see those boys step up in the right place, which is what we want to see."
Yeah, and that's absolutely fantastic, especially for these local guys. I love seeing local people do well. It's great.
This is always great for the community. This is a new thing, and it's going to flourish.
Yeah, I can't wait. We should go ourselves, actually. Next up, in just one day, Whitfield County Parks and Recreation Department employees counted around 60 cars parked at the disc golf course at Westside Park, reported Charles Oliver of the Daily Citizen News. Almost all of them were from outside Whitfield County playing disc golf here. Said Recreational Department Director Brian Chastain, "One night we had over 80 people out here playing, and the park won't officially open until Saturday, June 15th. Chattanooga resident Mike Robbins was playing the course Thursday in a slight drizzle of rain. "The disc golf community in this area is so eager for new places to play," he told Charles Oliver. "We're just thrilled to have a new course to play, especially one that's nice. I'm here 3-4 days a week. It has the best tee pads I've ever played on. I love to get outside and exercise. It's better than going to the gym," Chastain said. The rec department had been planning a disc golf course for about 3 years now. "We knew that the disc golf is picking up in popularity in this area," he said. "We've had a lot of people ask about it, so we decided to put a course in. We chose West Side because we have most land available to build a nice course there." Chastain said that things really come together when Will Schrutnick found out about their plans. Schrutnick is a former #1 disc golf player in the world and a 3-time winner of the U.S. Open. He is now co-owner of Prodigy Disc, a Whitfield County-based manufacturer of disc golf discs. "I offered to help them out and make sure this would be a place that people would love to play. A course that could hold professional tournaments," he said. "So I came out here and I laid it out for them. It's a beautiful piece of property," Chastain said. Schrutnick really stepped up to help make the course great. He donated benches, signage, Chastain said. The course was built by the Whitfield County Public Works Department. The course is the second in Whitfield County. There's also one at Dalton's Heritage Point Park. Chastain said the popularity of the West Side Park has course officials starting to make plans for yet another course. The Recreation Department will hold a ribbon cutting for the course at 9 a.m. on Saturday, June 15th, followed by a professional tournament. "People should come out and watch and see how disc golf is played," said Schrutnick. "It's a sport that anyone can get into. It doesn't matter what age you are. If you're a boy or a girl, it's a sport that parents can play with their kids. It's a fun activity. You meet a lot of different people out on the course, and there's just a real community aspect of it." The grand opening of the West Side Park course will be Saturday, June 15th. There will be a ribbon cutting at 9 a.m., followed by a professional tournament kicking off at 9:15. All of the public is invited. West Side Park is at 1519 Mount Vernon Road in Rocky Face.
Disc golf is fairly new here, I guess.
It is definitely fairly new, but I can totally see how that would bring a bunch of people together in the community. I think that's awesome.
Oh, it is. It's a lot of fun. And now for other upcoming area events and bulletins. First up, Walker and Catoosa counties are holding their annual Battle of the Badges drive to benefit blood assurance. You can participate in the drive by giving at the Fort Oglethorpe Blood Assurance office from today through June 14th. The Battle of the Badges t-shirt will be given to all the donors who participate. And then all are invited to the inaugural Shakespeare in Burr Park in historic downtown Dalton. The Conasauga Shakespeare Coalition at the Creative Arts Guild have teamed up to offer Henry V on Thursday at 8 p.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., and again next Thursday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Supported by lifelong theater advocate and lover Gian Burr, directed by Lane Davis, and featuring several professional actors as well as familiar local faces. The event is free and open to the public. Bring your blankets, chairs, and picnic dinners. Beers and wine will be available for purchase on site. For more information, visit the Creative Arts Guild website or call 706-278-0617.
Sounds great. With Father's Day coming up this weekend, Dalton Ghost Tours is offering free tours to all fathers on Friday, June 14th and Saturday, June 15th. That's right, all dads admitted free on Father's Day weekend. Embark on a 90-minute exploration of Dalton's legendary past and haunted present with Connie Hall Scott, the author of Haunted Dalton, Georgia. The Ghost Walk begins and ends at the Wooden Deck across from the Wink Theater on West Crawford Street at 7 p.m. Tickets for all non-dads is $15, $10 for children under 12. For more information, visit Dalton Ghost Tours on Facebook or call 706-809-0518.
Next up, we have Divorce Southern Style, opened last weekend at Dalton Little Theater and will continue with more shows through June 15th. Written by Jennifer Jarrett, directed by Ronald King, and produced through a special arrangement with Dramatis' Play Service. Divorce Southern Style is a fast-paced, wildly funny farce centering on the zany schemes of a middle-aged divorcee who decides that it's time to ripe to get back together with her ex-husband. Divorced for 15 years and running low on cash, Eleanor Bander decides reconciliation with her ex-husband, whose second wife died the year before. To lure him with striking range, she tells him that their daughter is about to be married, hinting that it is a forced situation, when the truth is that the daughter is merely engaged again for the 5th time to her long-standing fiancé. The ex-husband, Walter, not only arrives but brings along his current flame, a former classmate who is Eleanor's competition from high school days. As the plot thickens, which it does with growing hilarity, Eleanor's friends and neighbors become involved in the action, culminating in a surprise birthday party where the truth at last comes out. Walter is prepared to forgive and forget and falls easily into Eleanor's trap, so easily in fact that Eleanor is the one who is now second thoughts, deciding that it is better after all to stay single and broke than to resume the bickering that drove her away from Walter in the first place. Visit www.daltonlittletheater.com for more information or to purchase tickets.
Sounds like it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be great.
For sure. Next up, Keep Dalton Whitfield Beautiful invites everyone to join them for the next Turn Up Cleanup on June 28th at 6:30 p.m. They'll be meeting at the Burr Performing Arts Park in downtown Dalton. Help clean up downtown and then celebrate with music by Jerry Navarro's Old School Motown Review for free. Afterwards, the Dalton Whitfield Solid Waste Authority will be making guitar picks and instruments out of recycled materials. After that, the Friendship House 2019 Music Festival is set for Saturday, August 24th from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Jupiter Coyote will be headlining this, the area's largest music festival, on the Shaw Industry Stage at Dalton Green. Cynthia Wilson will EMC. The public is invited to experience a variety of music genres. There will be food trucks, beverages, and activities for all ages. Dalton Green is located at 117 North Selvage Street in downtown Dalton. I guess that about wraps us up for today, Aaron.
It does, looking like we're out of time.
It does, and you know what? We had some good news today. I love to see that these things go well in the community. It's absolutely fantastic to see us thrive.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm Aaron Scott.
And I'm Adam Scott. Remember, guys, overall,
Stay classy.
With VidLink, we're taking TV, streaming, and video to the next level with one simple app.
Having all the channels in HD is a huge plus. The quality of the picture on each channel is untouched by anything on the market right now. I would highly recommend VidLink to all my friends.
One thing I love about VidLink is the restart feature. If I turn on the TV and it's 10 minutes into a show, I just hit that restart button and I get to watch the whole thing.
Contact us today to learn how you can get linked.
Hi, I'm Judy Elliott, inviting you to join me on Lifestyles for Women show on WDNN TV. This year brings exciting new topics that women like to discuss or just know more about. Subjects like ways to look and feel your very best, travel, family, health, and sometimes just fun girl talk. It's always exciting, and we invite your suggestions. Just message me on Facebook at Lifestyles for Women, or for more information or to watch us online, visit WDNNTV.com. Lifestyles for Women.
While the word cancer can strike fear at the deepest level of our souls, in the case of skin cancer, the prognosis is very good. Basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas are the most common and are not normally included in cancer statistics.
Our office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of skin cancer.
If you're concerned about a mole or freckle that may be changing, give us a call. Most treatments can be performed in our office in about 15 minutes with very little discomfort.
I'm Ron McKinney, pastor of Kinsey Drive Baptist Church in Dalton, Georgia. KDBC has been the birthplace of several Christian organizations. It was the birthplace of Christian Heritage School 30 years ago, and through the Academy of Fine Arts, L'Abri Symphonic Orchestra was founded by KDBC members Gene and Betty Lindauer. The ministry of KDBC reaches around the world with the missions of To Every Tribe ministry, and I was a founding member of North Georgia Fellowship of Christian Athletes in 1992. Majesty is the longest running television program on North Georgia television. For 28 years, we have faithfully proclaimed the doctrines of grace. Kinsey Drive Baptist Church welcomes you to visit at 2626 Kinsey Drive on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Our website is kinseydrivebaptistchurch.com. To God be all the glory.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching Local and for tuning in to Point of View, a place for North Georgians to be heard live with me and my multi-generational panel featuring people from our own community with varying characteristics and ideologies. Today, I'm joined by Dana Sapp and Alex Kerr. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to be here.
I'm excited to have you both on today. So let me introduce you to our viewers, for those who may not have met you. Dana owns Oasis
Salon.
Hair and Nail Salon, and who better really to talk about things with than a beautician, right?
Exactly.
Because you hear a lot of stuff.
Yes, there's a lot of preconceived notions about hair and beauty and things like that, but it's a lot simpler than people make it out to be.
No, not just that, but that too. But I mean, like, people come in and kind of treat you like you're their therapist, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because I've heard that in your salon.
Yes, absolutely. It's a good thing that I have a short memory, because I usually forget everything. Everybody's secrets are out of my head by the time they leave.
That's a good thing, very good thing. But you also have a wonderful background. You're a Cuban American.
I am.
So you bring a different perspective on some of the topics we're going to be talking about, I think. But you've been in America for a long time.
40 years.
Yeah.
No, longer than that.
40 years?
I'm giving away my age, but.
That's not a problem for you. And Alex is our intern here at WDNN, or one of them, and I've grown quite fond of you lately. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a senior at Dalton State College. I'm a communications major. I just started interning here about a month ago, and I want to be a news anchor. I really want to be on E-News. That would be my dream.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I think you'd be good at that.
Thank you.
So we have some fun stuff we're going to talk about in a little bit, ladies. We're going to do a little bit of a bizarre piece of celeb news, followed by a little bit of Georgia news, and I'm sure you guys are up for it.
Yeah, there's some of these E-News are like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
So without knowing, if you were to guess what bit of celebrity news we're going to talk about today, what would y'all think?
Well, I already know what it is, but you know.
Well, okay, if you didn't know what it was, and it wasn't that. Anything else that's just amazingly crazy in the world today that pops out at either of you?
Too many options.
Too many options. How about the whole Lamar Odom thing?
I don't know if I've heard about that one.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, well, I like to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
And Steve makes fun of me for that, but I think it's a lot of fun. And as y'all know, Khloe was married to Lamar, and they had a big drama, but he came out with a tell-all book not long ago. And so bits and pieces of that have been being leaked out on places like Holly Scoop. I don't know if you watch Holly Scoop, but you should, because it's a good educational thing for you to look at. So since we have a few more minutes here before we get into the meat of things, Dana, tell us a little bit about your background.
I was born in Cuba. I left when I was 6 years old. We went to Spain, and we were in Spain for a few years, and then we came to the United States, like, you know, in Florida, like all good Cubans. So we have to go through Florida. And, you know, it's just been, I really enjoy being a Cuban American because I have embraced the American culture because I was so young when I came to the United States. But at the same time, I've held on to the Cuban culture also. So I feel like I'm Cuban on the one hand, American on the other hand, and I raised my kids too, my girls, to be both Cuban American. So when you ask them, you know, about where they're from, they're like, they're Cuban American, even though they were born here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's Cuban culture. I think it has. It's almost like Cuba's a time capsule, you know. And I love the fact that I'm from a place that's so mysterious in a way, because even though Europeans and Americans have been able to travel to Cuba in the last few years, there's still such a misconception about Cuba. People come back from Cuba now and they're like, oh, it's beautiful, it's just, but they don't really see where the people really live and how the people really live. People don't ever see that.
So when you say that, is it like when people go there, they see the tourist aspect of it, but it's different?
Oh, yes.
Deeper inside Cuba. Are they not allowed there, or it's just not?
No, if I was like a resident of Cuba, I would not be allowed into the areas that the visitors go to. Even the people who work at hotels and things like that, they don't eat that food.
I didn't know that.
No, they have to have a special permit to be able to work in those hotels and those places. And actually, I don't think Europeans and Americans have any way of being inside where the real people live unless they're with the Red Cross or something like that, some humanitarian group.
So when you go back and visit, are you allowed to go into those areas?
If I went to go visit, I would also have to have a special.
Okay. So you haven't been in a long time.
I've not been back since we left.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
My sister's been back, my mother's been back, but I've never been back. I'm always watching videos of Cuba and documentaries and pictures of people because I have a lot of friends that have gone back.
Sure.
And they have a lot of videos and pictures. The last time my mother went back, she actually took a video of how they live. And she was nervous because, if they can confiscate all of that if they catch it.
Yeah.
And it's a third world country. I mean, you're given rations, just like, you would think a communist country. But you're given rations, and there are stores, but there's nothing there. If you're lucky to have family in the United States, they send you things. Like every few months or every couple of months, we send my aunts and my uncles packages, like care packages. And literally we send medications like Tylenol, antacids, cold medicines, like over-the-counter diabetic things. It's just, you don't really get that over there. As a matter of fact, if I showed you a video of a hospital in Cuba, you would be amazed. Yet, Cuban doctors are the most sought after doctors in the world. And there's things that have been discovered in Cuba, like surgery for eye conditions that other countries don't have solutions for. They're the ones who discovered how a mother that has AIDS not to give the AIDS to the baby. They discovered that. So there's a lot of things that Cuba offers the world, but Cubans they don't partake of. For example, if I was in Cuba and I had to go to the hospital, you better bring your own sheets, your own towels, your own everything.
And people know that? They know to do that?
Yes, people that live there know to do that. There's no air conditioning. Imagine, Cuba is a tropical area with very high humidity, and there's no air conditioning. There's really nothing that we are used to here. But if you go to where the visitors go, where the ships, go, and they have everything. It's like being in the United States. It's like being in Europe. So
it's kind of deceptive.
It's very, very, very deceptive.
And it's not really fair. I'm just going to put that out there. It doesn't seem fair.
No, it isn't.
We're going to talk about that more later. And you have a wonderful Donald Trump story that we're definitely going to share at some point, even if not today, some point.
Yes.
And y'all, please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lori McDaniel, host of The Local Scene. We've all heard it a million times. There's nothing to do around here. Well, The Local Scene exists to prove that statement wrong. We promote events, festivals, fundraisers, and exciting news about what's going on in Northwest Georgia. If you're looking for something to do, tune in. If you've got an event or something special you want to promote on the air, let us know so you can be a guest on the show. Hey, free publicity doesn't grow on trees, you know. If you'd like to be on the local scene, please email WDNN at info@WDNNTV.com with the subject line, The Local Scene, or call us at 706-278-9713. Nothing to do. As if.
Welcome back. As promised, let's talk entertainment. Justin Bieber is headed straight into the danger zone. In a bizarre tweet that seemed to come out of nowhere, the pop star challenged actor Tom Cruise to a fight on Sunday night. Bieber tweeted, "I want to challenge Tom Cruise to fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and you will never live it down." Who was willing to put on the fight? At Dana White. Well, Dana White is the head of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, which is the world's largest mixed martial arts MMA organization. And in case you're wondering, some stats: Bieber is 25 years old at 5'9", and reportedly 146 pounds. Cruise, on the other hand, is 56 years old. He's 5'7", and anywhere from 148 to 170 pounds, depending on what source you read. So, ladies, what about that Bieber tweet?
Where did that come from?
That's what nobody knows that I've seen. It's just like, what is it about? Is there a meaning behind it? Does he know Tom Cruise personally and have some kind of beef with him? Or could it be a publicity stunt? What do y'all think?
Publicity.
Publicity.
I don't know. I feel like maybe he's just joking and everybody is just taking this out of proportion or blowing it up.
But he tagged Dana White. Well, I mean, he could have took
they're all in on it.
Maybe
so.
So
maybe it is like a publicity stunt.
And maybe they're going to do something for charity, you know, coming on down the line.
That would be good.
But from what I've seen, it looks like Tom Cruise's camp is being very tight-lipped on it. So
I think maybe they're like, what?
Yeah. Do you think maybe Bieber's going down a path of Britney Spears circa 2007?
We'll see if he shaves his head, but you know, he's already done that, I think. But I think he hasn't done anything for a while.
Bieber?
And he's kind of been off.
Except Coachella.
Yes, Coachella.
Yeah.
But he's been kind of off on the side for a minute, and
Yeah.
maybe this is his way of, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise?
I don't know. Tom Cruise is kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like he would probably win in this fight with Justin Bieber, so that's
He probably
just my
would.
opinion.
You know, he does all of his stunts.
Yeah,
So-
he's well known for it. And Alex was talking before we came on about his running style.
Yeah, he runs really funny when he runs in movies and fast.
Like
he
he's
looks
being
so fast.
serious about it, a serious runner.
I don't know. I would pay to see that.
I would. I would go to a certain level of ticket price for
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, a certain level. I think Tom Cruise would hit it. Would just beat him in really fast. I think.
I agree, honestly. And Tom Cruise is kind of short for a man. He said he was 5'7" or something like
But
that.
I think he's shorter than that.
They're
I think
both
that was
kinda
Bieber.
about
I may
the
be wrong.
same. Aren't they about the same?
I think Bieber might be a little bit taller, but look, he's younger. And you don't get this yet because you're still young. And I don't know about you, but it's like, I don't want to fight anybody around. If I have to, I will, but I hope I don't. But,
That's
you
why I
know.
would just get it over quickly.
Yeah, just
If
go
I had
in-
to fight somebody, I would just get it over really fast.
So y'all think that Tom Cruise would win?
I think so
I do
because
for
he has the experience from all those movies where he does his own stunts and his own fighting.
Yeah.
He could probably just get into character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. he
Get
could
into
mentally
character and
prepare.
just beat him.
Yeah, beat the Bieber. You know what? I'm gonna oppose you guys on that, and I think that Bieber has a darn good shot if that
Okay,
happens.
Bieber, you got to do it now.
Do you think he gets he gets a little like crazy in his mind?
Yeah,
You
I think he
go
could
crazy?
get a little crazy in his mind.
I can see your perspective on that for sure.
Well, and he's just young, and all he has to do is just get into the gym, do a little prep, do a little dodging,
Yeah,
a
but
little bobbing and weaving.
all people have tricks up their sleeve, you know.
Yeah.
All he has to do is, you know, all Tom Cruise has to do is just hit him really hard, just once. Just
Poor
once.
Bieber. Well, so if this does go down, I wonder who would host it, because I don't think there was any response to the lady he reached out to with the MMA. But Conor McGregor, y'all know who that is, right?
Yes.
The boxer. Is it boxer or just mixed martial arts?
He's AMA, I believe.
Okay. Well, he posted something basically challenging Cruz too, and saying that he thought that if Tom didn't take it, he would be a chicken.
Some of them, I was reading some of the comments, some of those fighters have been saying, and let's do it, and all the proceeds go to charity. I think that'd be a good thing. I think more actors need to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like, where did that come from when Beaver said all that? But I think it'd be good.
Well, at what point are you sitting around at night and you're just like, maybe bored or whatever, and maybe even he had a few drinks or something. He pulls out the old cell phone, he's like, and then he's locked into it because everybody's seen it.
I think people are going crazy with the Twitter now.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe after he tweeted that, he's like, the next morning, oh God, what did I just do?
And his poor wife, Haley Baldwin, was probably, I don't know, she might have been supportive of it, or she might have been like, dude, what was going on? Why did that happen?
It'd be funny to watch, though. I would love to watch that.
Have either one of you ever tweeted something, maybe in the middle of the night or at some time the next day, or maybe sent out a text message, and then you were like, oops, wish I hadn't have done that?
I didn't tweet something, but I have emailed before.
Yeah, when you were angry?
Yeah, and I'm like, send, oh God, oh God, oh God.
I've definitely sent some texts and tweeted some stuff, and I was just, the next morning I was like, delete, or undo retweet, or like unlike. I was like, I don't want anyone to know that I like that or said that.
Have you ever been confronted on it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe like with boy issues or something, I would tweet something, and then they would text me and be like, was that tweet about me? And I would be like, no.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that when I was young, Twitter,
oh my God.
I would have got, I'm so glad that that didn't happen.
I was totally clueless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Twitter is huge right now with like millennials and everything.
And Snapchat. I don't even know how to work Snapchat.
How about Instagram? Yeah. That's, and like my kids don't really do Facebook much anymore, but to me that's my main medium of social media. Social media. I like it the best. You probably don't do a lot of that. You do a little bit.
I do a little bit of Facebook, and I mostly keep Facebook updated for my family members so they can see like kind of what I'm doing and everything. My main social media probably is Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. And Twitter has a lot of funny stuff on it. Twitter's hilarious. I will laugh for hours on Twitter.
I follow a lot of people on Twitter. I don't do a whole lot of tweeting because I don't know. I have to get more comfortable with it, but Snapchat, there needs to be like a course on Snapchat, because I don't get it.
I can teach you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I'm a grandma.
Or you could go to YouTube too. Well, of course you don't want Alex. She does our social media. She's starting to do it around here, and I can already see it growing. That's great.
We have like 60 followers now.
Woohoo!
On our Instagram page, so
hey,
follow us on
please,
Instagram.
follow us, and follow us on Facebook. Follow us everywhere.
It's very important to use social media for business, for projects, because that's where everybody is anymore.
Yeah.
It's funny how things have evolved. I remember putting ads in the newspaper for different things. Ads in radio, or now it's social media, and it's a wonderful thing. It really is when it's used properly.
Agreed. I couldn't agree more. And ladies, we are out of time. Y'all stick around. We're going to talk some Georgia stuff in just a minute. We'll be right back.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Georgia Power has lots of tools and resources to help you prepare for a storm. To have information sent directly to your phone, log into your account and sign up for outage alerts. Signing up is easy, just follow the directions. You can also sign up by texting REG to 42797, then hit send. You'll need your Georgia Power account number to continue. Visit georgiapower.com/storm for lots of videos, checklists, and helpful tools and resources to help you get prepared.
Georgia is now a hands-free state. That means you can't have a phone in your hand or supported by your body if you want to talk on your phone while driving. Even with hands-free, text messages, emails, and social media are still against the law. Parking your phone while your car is in drive could save lives, maybe even yours. For more information, go to headsupgeorgia.com.
Oh, the joy and happiness that comes with buying a new home. But there's so much to do already. Go to Georgia811.com. Always go to Georgia811.com or call 811 before you dig. It's not only the smart and safe thing to do, it's the law. Georgia811.com.
Welcome back, everyone. The Associated Press reported yesterday that a federal judge has dismissed civil rights claims against a Georgia county after a police officer shot an unarmed naked man. Former DeKalb County officer Robert Olson, whose wife killed a 27-year-old Anthony Hill, a black veteran with bipolar disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder in 2015. Hill's family filed a civil rights lawsuit against Olson and the county, claiming officials failed to provide adequate training for interacting with mentally ill people. U.S. District Judge Timothy Batten ruled last week that DeKalb County's training on use of force and interactions with mentally ill people followed best law enforcement practices. The claims against Olson remain. Hill was wandering around his apartment complex without clothes when a manager called 911. Olson was dispatched to the scene and shot Hill shortly after arriving.
So, I think there's a lot we can say about that, whether we agree with it or we don't, and we'll get into that. There's a lot of aspects to it. For example, you know, he was unarmed. He was naked, you know. So, I mean, at what point do you decide to shoot someone like that?
I think lately there's been a lot of shooting first and questions later. Obviously, this man, there was something wrong with him.
Yeah, they ended up finding out he was bipolar with post-traumatic stress syndrome because he had fought in Afghanistan.
Right.
So, I mean, and I think that brings up a broader issue of not only are our law enforcement officers being trained to deal with mentally ill, because that's a whole different thing than dealing with someone else.
Yeah.
But also, you know, what are we doing with the mentally ill? Are we just warehousing them when they get in trouble and putting them into our prison systems, which is already kind of stressed out? Or are we doing things to treat them in jail?
I think veterans have it really tough right now. Also, a big, huge thing is a lot of people that are mentally ill, if they stop taking their medication, cold turkey, I mean, things like that could happen. And now with people not being able, a lot of times people can't afford their medication, so they're deciding to take it not every day, or not every 2 days, or maybe I'll take it once a week, or maybe I'll take it when I need it.
Yeah.
And then this kind of thing will happen. And I don't believe law enforcement is being trained properly to handle or to even even access or assess a situation where when they come across a naked man walking around an apartment building, well, he might be mentally ill.
Because that's not a normal thing that someone will do.
Even when someone is on drugs, they're not likely to walk around naked in an apartment building.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's a very sad situation. And I think we're going to be seeing more of that as people decide not to take medication.
Well, and two, could the officer not have used a taser or pepper spray, because that stuff works?
Yeah.
Or, you know, couldn't he have done something else besides shooting him? Because he didn't just shoot and wound him, he shot and killed him.
Yes.
And that affects not only this man, but that man's whole family and his circle. So this officer has essentially, by his choice of using a gun on this nude man, really destroyed a lot of people probably.
Yes. I think mental health is gaining so much recognition these days, and how important it is to stay healthy, and that police officers definitely, and anybody who deals with the public on a daily basis should definitely be trained on how
to properly communicate with people who have mental illnesses and who are psychologically unstable. And I think that shooting him was probably definitely not the best thing to do, but we don't know what happened in the situation exactly. But
we don't.
If he had the proper training, he definitely could have been able to make a better decision, you know, at the tip of it.
You would think that he could have called for reinforcements if he didn't and if he needed to. And there was some way that they could subdue this man without actually taking his life, because you can't take that back.
No, I mean, they even have like rubber bullets. I mean, if he felt he had to shoot him or shoot him in the knee, you know, incapacitate someone. Don't kill this person without even knowing what's happening. But the only thing that I see, the more this happens, it's putting a spotlight on mental illness. And the outcome, you know, maybe this will help in some way. This happened, I believe, in 2015.
The shooting?
Yeah.
I believe, yes, you're right.
And you know, here we are 4 years later. And
wheels of justice can turn slowly.
Very slowly, but I hope that it in time, it really, really helps to put a spotlight on mental illness, because I think especially veterans, the majority of them have mental illness. And because you don't see a leg gone or someone maimed, that they're not sick, but the mind controls everything. And so just because someone doesn't look like they might be sick or incapacitated, they very well could be, because the mind.
And I totally understand that, because as you know, I have, or had, it's basically, you know, controlled now, but I have post-traumatic stress syndrome from a horrific wreck that occurred almost 20 years ago. And I still, I mean, not so much now, but for years and years, I had like flashbacks. Driving, I mean, it's like a literal thing. You're driving and suddenly you think this thing is happening, and you know, panic a minute, and then you realize it's not happening.
Right.
So I can only imagine what war would be like, and someone who's experienced war. And don't we need to take better care of our veterans?
Very much so. They protect us, we need to protect them. You know, our bodies react to what's in our mind. And if you're having a flashback, your body's going to react to that flashback like it's really happening. And the same thing goes for veterans.
Yeah.
So more needs to be done with mental health.
So do you agree with, quickly ladies, just a yes or no, do y'all agree with the judge, just based on the facts we have right now and we've talked about, to dismiss the county from being responsible, or no? Yes or no? You don't? No. Okay. I don't agree with that either. So that is our point of view. And please join us again on Thursday as we come back with more fun talks and more point of view. Hi guys, I'm Connie Hall Scott, and my show, The Talk with Connie, is right here on North Georgia Television. And I hope you'll join me and my very, very interesting guests as we dish on, well, just about everything. Meet local and regional entertainers, newsmakers, motivators, and all kinds of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Enjoy man-on-the-street interviews, hot topic discussions, and even the occasional game or prank. It's all about community and getting to know each other. My goal is to entertain, educate, and stimulate. So join the talk for a new episode every week.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life.
From your first savings account to your first car, from your first home to your first business. At First Bank of Dalton, we're committed to helping you make the most out of life's firsts. We know the importance of working with a community bank where decisions are made right in our office. And with mobile and online banking, you can bank at your convenience and never have to miss a first. First Bank of Dalton, your bank for life.